just come out of Poole Magistrates Court from the case of Adam Smith-Connor, and we've had rather an interesting morning. So Jeremiah, can you give us an update on what's happened?
Yes, we're disappointed that the court has adjourned the matter until January next year. And the reasons for that was essentially, to cut a long story short, the complexity of the case was such that the court felt that they needed more time to consider that. Now, it's not abnormal for that kind of thing to happen in the magistrates court, where there's numerous matters listed in that court. But I think it's fair to say that the judge felt the gravity of the case meant that it needed slightly more time. So in January we will have the abuse of process argument followed quickly by a trial, and after that, and before then, there will be a case management hearing as well, just to make sure that all of the issues that can be agreed are agreed, and those in dispute remain to be resolved.
And Adam, then, how do you feel about what's happened today?
Well, I'm disappointed that the court has adjourned, and I still can't believe that in England I'm even here, that I face criminal prosecution for silent prayer, and it's hard to believe that this story is happening. It's like something out of George Orwell's 1984, but actually we're living in Britain in 2023. Last winter I prayed on a public street near an abortion facility. I was silent. I had my back to the clinic. I didn't bother anyone. I didn't interact with anybody at all. If you walked past me that day, you would have thought I was waiting for a bus or possibly waiting for someone inside of that clinic. I prayed about the decision I made to pay for my son, Jacob, to be aborted. I was atheist at the time. It's a decision I've come to deeply regret. And I believe many of the people walking into that clinic don't fully understand the implications of what they're going through. We know that information is not freely coming to them, and the abortion industry seems determined to prevent their patients from knowing the truth about what's going on inside the clinic. I condemn any form of harassment of women, especially pregnant mothers and girls who are facing a difficult decision. So that needs to be clear. I absolutely condemn harassment, and there was absolutely no harassment occurring on the day. In many respects, this case highlights the real purpose of buffer zones. They were never really about harassment. They were about stopping charitable support and Christian prayer to help people. That's what buffer zones are about. They've packaged them up. They've put forward this narrative of harassment, which is frankly false, in order to sneak through what they always wanted all along. And the effort they are going through right now to prosecute me, they used a King's Counsel, apparently a very highly qualified lawyer, in what essentially is a very low-grade offence at Poole's court. So they understand the significance of this case. I will continue to defend the right to think and pray in our minds, free from interference. And I want to thank everyone who stood with me. ADF today is going to add extra expense. That's partly why today's happened, actually, I suspect, is that their side are using taxpayers' money. I'm essentially paying for my own prosecution. Christians watching this are paying for this prosecution. Bournemouth Council are in financial difficulties, I've just been told, and they're paying tens of thousands of pounds to prosecute for nothing, for standing in the street. It's utterly outrageous, but we do need help. ADF UK are supporting me. I know on the website, and in fact yourself, Isabel, as well, there is a fundraiser, so please, each time this rolls around, it's expensive. So please do donate if you can, and if you can't, prayer is so important. I know today people have been praying around the world. I even got a message from Italy that they're praying for us in Italy, and America. We're on Fox News. People are praying, and I know there are congregations around in Southampton and Bournemouth and Bristol, who I've had messages from who are praying, and prayer is so important. We understand the power of prayer. They're beginning to understand the power of prayer as well.
Thank you so much for your passion, Adam, in caring for those who are in very difficult circumstances and for their preborn children. And thank you, Jeremiah, and all those who are legally supporting Adam. So we ask you to continue to pray about this situation. As I say, it's looking like it won't be until January that it comes to court again. That's plenty of time for us to pray for Adam, for his legal support, and for this cause that silent prayer will never be considered criminal. Thank you so much.